The U.S. does better than they would have done last year, mainly because of the large investment that's going on in fiber, in the access network by the telcos.
The second surprise, and maybe less positive, is the divergence between the European Union economies. When we did a clustering exercise of the EU economies, we found out that you have some EU economies that are the top performers, and then you have other EU economies that are the low performers of the scorecard. And thus, when you think of the goals and the objectives of the European Union to really construct the European Union to be the center for competitiveness in the global economy, it clearly shows that there is much to be done in order to bring those EU economies closer together instead of them being miles apart.
Last year, Korea did substantially worse in our scorecard than anyone had ever measured before. And that's because of the weight of the business sector and because of looking at connectivity as a productivity tool. In Korea, connectivity is not very much a productivity tool. It's not a tool used by big business. They don't have a lot of the kind of ICT software and skills that are used, for example, in the US or Sweden or Finland.
Again, in the resource and efficiency-driven economies, the countries that we added did about in line with expectations. So countries like Turkey and Chile, when you look at them and where they rank in terms of general level of development compared to the whole sample that we used, they finished about in line with expectations.
For further information about the Connectivity Scorecard, please visit our website, www.connectivityscorecard.org.